Hello and welcome back to ABG's Investor Days and the upcoming presentation of Garo. My name is Ophelia Aspemyr and I'm an equity research analyst here at ABG, primarily covering clean tech and renewable stocks. And today I have the pleasure to introduce Garo's CEO, Patrik Andersson, that will go through a presentation followed by a short Q&A session. But anyway, I won't steal any more of your time, Patrik, so please go ahead and start the presentation.
Thank you, Ophelia, and hi everyone, and welcome to the Garo presentation. My name is Patrik Andersson, and I'm the CEO for the Garo Group. Next slide, please. I will start with an introduction of the Garo Group. Garo was founded in 1939, which means that we have been over 80 years in business. We develop and produce innovative products and turnkey solutions for the electrical installation markets. And we divide our business into two areas, Sweden, which consists of our Swedish operations, and Garo International, which cover our business in Norway, Ireland, Finland, Poland, and in the UK. We have production on 4 sites, 2 in Gnosjö in Sweden, where we also have our head office, and 1 in Värnamo, also in Sweden, and the 4th production site in Szczecin in Poland. And we are approximately about 430 employees in the group. Next slide, please. On this slide, you can see our business consists of 4 product areas, and you can see the share of the total sales in the first quarter 2021 compared to the same period last year. The largest product area is electrical distribution products, contributes to 42% of the revenue. The second largest area is e-mobility, accounted for 32%, total sales up 28% in the year earlier. Our product area project accounted for 19% of the total sales, and the 4th area, temporary power, accounted for 7% of the total sales. Next slide, please. I will now explain more about our 4 product areas and what Garo could offer for products and turnkey solutions to the market. Our largest product area is electrical distribution product, which contributes to almost half of our revenue, as I mentioned before. The product area have approximately 3,500 products for the electrical installation market. This is product and turnkey solutions that the installers are using in many different applications every day, such new buildings, renovation sector, or industry, and so on. Example of the products is consumer and combination units, meter cabinets, components, plugs and sockets, safety switches, etc. Next slide, please. One area which Garo is the market leader provider is product used for measuring, controlling, and providing electricity to camping sites, marinas, and car heaters. This type of recreational product has increased during the COVID-19 situation when a lot of people have vacation at home. This is an area Garo are the market leader, and with a lot of knowledge about this type of system, we started our very first e-mobility product during 2008. Next slide, please. The area which is growing fast is the e-mobility business, as I mentioned before, accounted for 32% of our business during Q1. This area, we divide our product into 3 segments. 2 of them you can see on this slide. To the left, the wall box with 1 or 2 outlets that you can see outside your villa, apartment, or outside an industry. To the right, you can see the public chargers that you often see in applications such in parking garages, shopping malls, etc. These products are smart and could exchange information between the charger and the cars, for example, to load balancing, which means that you can use the energy on the site in the best way. You can also use a system called G-Cloud for measuring and control the system on your computer or smartphone, or integrate this to another backend system. Next slide, please. The third area in e-mobility is fast charger or DC charger. This is product and solutions you can see along the highway, and you can charge your car or transport vehicle. These products are used for the full electrical cars, which now increasing rapidly, but also different transport vehicle is increasing. On this slide, you can see example of our products. To the right, you can see our wall-mounted 24 kilowatt charger called Aktier, and our ground-mounted 50 kilowatt charger Aktier. Next slide, please. To summarize the product area e-mobility, I will show you Garo's complete offer to the market. We have the product and turnkey solutions for the consumer, public, and the fast charger for full electrical cars or transport vehicle. On top of this, we acquired EV Charge Partner during 2020 to make the e-mobility business even more complete, so we also now can offer service agreements. Next slide, please. When it comes to project business, is an area providing complete and customized solutions for power supply, such distribution and cable cabinet and switchgear. These type of products are used to power supply apartment, properties, industry, and of course, e-mobility solutions. These cable cabinets were launched to the market demand for environmentally friendly, robust, and user-friendly cabinets. And here we can see clear synergies between the product area, project, electrical distribution product, and also e-mobility to power supply and load balancing the e-mobility solutions. Next slide, please. The fourth area, temporary power, offer product used on construction sites or different event to power supply, lighting, heating, and drying during the construction time. All these type of products are developed to be robust, user-friendly, but also to be sustainable and to be energy efficient during the construction time. Next slide, please. Product development is important for Garo, and we continue to strengthen the product development to manage to grow organic. Our team within R&D take a holistic view of product development, including function, installation, and sustainability. Our industrial designers create a modern design and sustainable design, and one important thing is the choice of material to make the product sustainable. Before our products are launched on the market, they are tested by independent test institute to current standards. The quality assurance is an important part of the total development of new products and enables us to guarantee electricity safety at all stages, but also in terms of installation and usability. Next slide, please. Here you can see our financial targets for sales growth, profitability, return, equity ratio, and dividend policy. In the row above, you can see the outcome for the last 5 years, and with some effect due to the COVID-19 situation on the sales growth 2020, which also affected the decision for the dividend for 2019. But aside that, Garo have over time a good performance due to our financial targets and also a strong balance sheet. Next slide, please. Sustainability is important for Garo and our stakeholders. We have chosen to focus on 6 of FN's global goals. We believe Garo can make difference. You can see on this slide which goals we have been chosen. I will give you some example of our sustainable actions. When we develop new products, Garo focus on the choice of material with the aim of developing highly functional products while minimizing impact on the environment during both manufacturing and use. Together with other companies, Garo participate in local projects that work to have zero emissioning on the country's transport system. The vision is to be an energy plus country that is easy to live, reside, and work in with energy efficient and fossil-free travel. As a part of our effort, Garo has the goal that all Garo transport will be fossil-free according to the conditions set by Fossil Free Sweden. Important suppliers are audited and monitored based on quality and sustainable factors. A new law on conflict minerals will take effect in the EU from 2021, and Garo has commenced a status analysis and started to collect data to prepare the right procedures to ensure regulatory compliance. Garo has made a choice as far as possible to primarily use suppliers from Europe to reduce transport needs and also to the risk of human rights violence. It's a given for Garo to offer everyone the same opportunity to develop and support for retaining the motivation, staying work at the company and saving a good ambassadors. Next slide, please. Strong growth and development opportunities. And here our strategy remains the same. The main driver of growth will be organic growth. A successful product development has been and will continue to be the key of this growth. And on top of this, we're always looking on potential acquisitions where we can add either new additional products, product areas, or companies with an edge. An example of this is the acquisition of EV Charge Partner last year to strengthen our e-mobility business. We are also looking at new geographical markets with a focus mainly on north part of Europe. And here Garo's vision is to become the leading brand on its chosen markets. Next slide, please. When it comes to the outlook, the strong market recovery has brought about certain challenges for Garo. Lack of component access is currently impacting the industry to various degrees. In the first quarter, Garo's managed to secure supplies, but limited access to raw material and components may impact our production. We assess that the core market condition has essentially not changed aside from the pandemic, even though great uncertainty prevails in society in regard to the pandemic long-term consequences on the economy. The market for charging infrastructure is growing structurally with a rising number of rechargeable vehicles, and we see a continuing strong trend with further expansion of charging infrastructure in all expected markets. Demand for construction-related products in Sweden, combined with the important renovation sector, is expected to remain stable. The trend in other markets served by Garo, aside from the pandemic, is expected to be similar. So to summarize the outlook, all in all, Garo has a positive view on the long-term market condition, mainly driven the growth about charging infrastructure. Thank you for listening, and I'm ready for questions.
Perfect. Thank you so much for a good introduction and a good presentation to Garo. I
Thank
now
you.
have some questions for you, and I would like to start with the Q1 report. And you reported a very good and strong Q1 report, and whereof you stated that this was due to high volumes, tight cost control, but also a favorable product mix. I wonder if you could please elaborate on the product mix and what we should expect ahead.
As I said in quarter one, we can see that the demand in e-mobility solution is strong from all segments, but also in all our countries. So we believe also in this quarter to have a good product mix, mainly driven by the AC products such the wall boxes and the public chargers.
Okay, thank you. And it seems like you reached your target, your margin target. Do you think that you will increase this target in the near term?
Of course, we are working on daily basis to increase the margins, but how much it should increase or not, we think we are on a strong level. But of course, we are working all the time to have better margins. So that is, I can't say something about that. We're working on daily basis to have better margins, so to say.
Okay, thank you. And as a follow-up question on the Q1 report, you had some, despite the strong results, you had some postponed deliveries in Norway. Can you please elaborate on the development of this and if we still should expect this to occur in Q2?
Hopefully we can have some deliveries in Q2, and that's up to our customer, which has been postponed deliveries due to they couldn't install this due to the COVID-19 situation. But we got some signals that we can start to deliver some chargers during Q2, but how many we don't know at this stage.
Okay, thank you. And then, of course, we need to touch upon the component shortages and also higher raw material costs. As most of you know, this is a huge problem right now, and I wonder how this affects you and if you have any specific strategy to avoid any larger problems.
As we mentioned in Q1, we have managed quite well, and we have a team working with this issue on daily basis to handle this, to get the material to our production and also negotiating with our suppliers for the prices and so on. So we think it will not affect us so much during Q2, but and we are working to secure material for also the autumn. But of course, we have some price issues we have to handle to the markets. And we're also working with that on daily basis to both to secure material and prices. We have a good team working with that.
Okay, that sounds very good. And geographical wise, I think you touched upon this in your presentation, but I wonder how your business is being impacted by the green wave in, for example, Poland.
Of course, the green wave will have a good impact on the business because it drives electrical cars in Europe. And Poland, as you mentioned, is a very interesting country due to they have a lot of investment due to the e-mobility solutions. And we also have a very strong position. And we also got a prize in Poland last year at the electrical mobility leader for 2020. So we have a very strong position in a very interesting Polish market.
Okay. And I also wonder if you're planning to expand any geographical in the near term.
We are always looking for interesting new markets, but nothing I can mention on this stage. But as we have mentioned, north part of Europe is very interesting for Garo, but nothing I can mention here.
Okay, I understand, Patrik. And thank you for the presentation and for all your answers. We now take a short pause and open up for Nordic's presentation in a few minutes. Thank you all.
Thank you.